Hey all. Well, it's the beginning of December and thought that I would just make a video of the journals and the things that I'm using as it's Advent season, and got a couple other things going on too. So thought I'd just show you and a little flip through as well. So I, in a previous video, showed you this Allie Ryaz journal that I started here in December, and thought this would be fun to show you a quick, flip through of what all I've done in it. 1,000 pages, right? My goal to see if I can get through 1,000 pages, and wow, yeah, it's starting to feel a little daunting after being in this for a week. We'll see. I'll share a little bit more. I did finish up this sterlingink common planner, the full year, and as I did a previous, it's actually a live, so go check out that live, but I did speak to this and how I use this all, and started it in end of August. No, is that right? Yes, end of August, and spent the whole fall in it and ran out of pages in the back, and so thoroughly enjoyed this. I'm still using this because I have a lot of notes in my index here. I've just put a little box as to these are all the notes that I need to get typed up and put into my Bible commentary / war binder / notes. And I have not, I haven't spent any time on this since the last time I videoed this, and so I really need to get this done. It's starting to kind of eat at me a little bit. I just need to sit down while I'm watching football, I think, and laptop in the lap and just get it done. Anyway, I'm going to put that up there out of the way. And then for Advent, I had this old Advent from 2020. It's a She Reads Truth, and I kept it and thought, oh, this will be fun. Let's get this out again. And it's just a beautiful, you guys probably seen some of the work that She Reads Truth does, and it's just beautiful. And so I'm on day 6 of it, and it's just lovely, and I just have really enjoyed spending some time in here. So I'm working through this Advent season, and then this is my Planner Perfect, and the TN, leather TN that Planner Perfect does. And I got the most recent Cocoa Daisy, just some odds and ends. This is the Traveler's Notebook that is not a planner. It's just got all the fun pages in it that you can use to decorate. And I really thought that I would spend some time, just enjoying doing a lot of paper crafts, and yeah, it's just so cute. I really love this artist, and I did buy some stickers and some other things to go with it, and just thought creative journaling, junk journaling in this would be fun. I just haven't dove into it yet, and I'm not really sure I'm going to. I don't know. We'll see what's up with that, right? All right. And then also housed in this TN is my N1 sterlingink daily planner, and I do have a video on what I decided to do with this. And so I'm just going to start with this one and go through this because it kind of carries into some of the other things too. So yeah, I started this as basically my Bible in a year journal and tracking. And so I spent a bit of time putting in all of the passages that I'm going to read more or less each day. And so that took a while to write all that in. And so I am using the Bible Recap Bible, and how the 365 days of reading the Bible, using the schedule that is in that. And it is going to go into the Bible chronologically, instead of how the Bible is set from beginning to end. I'll be doing it chronologically. And so looking forward to that. But that's why, starting in Job or Genesis and then going straight to Job and then back. And, that's why that looks the way it does, especially here too, with interspersing all the Psalms that go with the various chapters in the Old Testament. So anyway, got that done. And so what that means is, as I described in the previous video, what that means is that I don't necessarily have to go and do this every single day. In fact, I started already, and I started on, using January 1st and doing Genesis 1 through 3. But I also have some Ezra done, and I don't remember where Ezra is. September, yeah, end of August. So what I'm doing is just captures where I'm putting the notes. So so I can hit any pieces and parts of the Bible and just put my notes in as I'm doing them. So like I have a Bible study coming up in January, then we're going to do Colossians. So, there's no reason for me not to do my Colossians notes, ahead of time as we're doing them before December, right? So I can basically just intersperse all of the Bible study stuff that I'm learning as I go. My other Bible study, we're doing a lot of the Old Testament prophets. So there's going to be a lot, that I can intersperse here, like I was saying even with Ezra. So I'll just show you. I did start, and so I'm using Bible recap and the God shots that she writes up. And then I'm also using the Gospel Transformation Study Bible and reading through the commentary there. So kind of capturing my notes as well as the notes from those two sources. And so I did start that. And then, yeah, I think back in here somewhere is my Ezra. Somewhere. I might not be able to find them right away. But anyway, I did put some Ezra notes. There we go. There it is. I didn't make it very... Oh, that's Ephesians. Well, anyway, I thought I had done some Ezra. Maybe I hadn't quite yet. It was on my mind to do. Okay, so then this morning I had a little crisis because all of a sudden I'm thinking, do I really want to use a separate journal for this and put all my notes here, or do I want to put it in my Allie Ryaz 1,000-page journal because this has 1,000 pages and how am I going to fill it up, right? So I did this morning. My day 3 is in here, and this felt good too, to just, it doesn't matter, what day it is. I can do Ezra next. I can, as we study Colossians, I can put Colossians in here. It doesn't have to be in order. Anyway, I know I mentioned it in the video where I explained what I was going to do with this. I know I mentioned that I might put it here, might keep it in here. I'm just struggling with, do I want to keep up this additional journal? I really am a all-in-one. I really like having everything all in one. So I'm struggling, not really sure where I'm going to end up there. If you've got thoughts, I'm happy to hear them. Maybe you've got an opinion. So I would be happy to hear those for sure. Okay, so I'm going to move these out of the way and show you just a quick, I did a short. I already told you guys in a previous video that I had started writing Genesis in here. My goals, December. Yeah, and I just started. This is another Advent Bible reading plan that I also have been keeping up with, and I found it on, I think, just in my feed on Instagram, and I just wrote it down so that I would have it. And so far I've been keeping up with it, in addition to the She Reads Truth, doing a little bit of both. So here's my planner part of this with week 1 of December. And then certainly am also doing some micro journaling so that I know. So this is Ephesians Bible commentary that I finished. And then it's interspersed with some sermon notes that our pastor's going through the book of Ephesians on. And so I finished doing the commentary book of Ephesians by Doug Wilson. And so I'm done with that. And that's exciting. And we'll just intersperse my sermon notes now throughout the rest of this book, but have, these other notes to go back to. So that's kind of nice. Oh, that's my puppy. She's not a puppy anymore. She's 2 years old, but I still call her my puppy. She's dreaming on the floor. Wonder what she's chasing. Cutie patootie. Anyway, so here's like my admin notes from day 1 as I journal and write my prayers. So as you guys recall, yes, I do kind of a morning pages type of journal in the morning. Boy, she is getting after it. Hope, wanna wake up, girl? Oh, shoosh, did you get it? Did you get the squirrel? And then I also do some prayer journaling. I write my prayers, I guess is what I should be saying. These are stickers, washi stickers from, actually they're PET, right? From the washi tape shop that I had just got in the mail before this week started, and they're just precious. Anyway, so now you're caught up to where I am currently, and I'm already on page 48, so that's pretty good. I have some more planner stuff here, so I did lay out these as well. Put all the football games in. I really like my football. And what is in here? Oh, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, and then my planning ahead sort of a thing here. So my perpetual calendar, if you will. And then I went ahead and put January in, but I don't really have anything else beyond that. So anyway, that's what we've got here. And I guess I do have a couple other little things. I will get back into there we go, back into frame. So as far as my Bible commentary war planner goes, I printed out a bunch of notes that I had been in here, and so I got those typed up and printed, and so I'm happy to get those stuck in here, and they're gonna go in various places, but they'll be in the notes part. And so book notes, current events, let's see, what else do I have? Miscellaneous notes, so that's where they will go. So like this one, God's Will for Your Life. Yes, I just reprinted that because I added I had a couple errors in there. I had a few things. And I don't like how it printed so small. I'm not sure what I did different between here and here. Something happened. I don't know what it is. But anyway, I'll figure it out and get this. Why God allows things to happen to good people. I did a big study on the Trinity, and that was fun and enlightening and kind of blows your mind. Maybe I should talk more about this someday. If I can print it I need to definitely print that in a bigger font. I did a study on predestination, and that's controversial, right? There's a lot of people that believe in Calvinist, Arminianist, or something in between, and so I just kind of had to get to the bottom of it. But, my goal is not necessarily be like, okay, this is right or this is wrong. I want to understand all of it, and that way I at least can make an informed decision of what I believe to be true or not true, or just confusing or a mystery, still just, well, I don't know. And that's okay, right? It's okay not to have everything figured out, but at least I have beat it around the bush, and I have studied it. So that's certainly it. With all of the Israel stuff going on in the news, I just wanted to start getting some differences of opinion on, okay, how should Christians view Israel? And I'm talking about the state of Israel, not Israel in the Bible, but the current nation state of Israel right now. So I was just putting together some notes and things that I was hearing from various sources so that I would have those. I also did a study on the Holy Spirit. and that was really good, and took a lot of notes. And that dovetailed into the Trinity, by the way, so a lot of similarity, conversations going on to that. Yeah, this destination mentality. I don't remember where that came from. Something I had read somewhere, and it goes with this, why God allows bad things to happen to good people. In other words, this isn't our home. This isn't our final destination, and we need to quit making it such. That's kind of what that is mostly entailing. Anyway, so I have those that I need to get put in here. Probably going to reprint some of these first, just so that I can get, the font to work. See, it worked on this page. I don't know what happened. It is what it is. I also printed out, I finished up Revelation and studying it, and so I initially thought I was gonna lean, well, okay, so I read Revelation. I have now studied all of the different types of eschatological views. I thought I was leaning towards one versus other, and now I don't think I'm leaning towards that. And so anyway, I just need to put it all together now. And I've got Revelation notes, but I've also got just tons and tons of other sermons and other notes. And I wanted to print them all out, and I printed them on this paper so that I can start to combine all my notes and things and all the different views on eschatology, all the specific pieces and parts of some of the eschatology views, and that way, yeah, it's just organized, and I can find it. And so that's my goal, is to get that done. And this is a huge lift, honestly. It's kind of intimidating, to be honest. But once it's done, I'm going to feel really good about that. So I'm looking forward to getting that squared away. Maybe not this month, but definitely after the first of the year. That's going to be one of my major goals. Okay, well, I think that's it for now. All the smattering of things that I've got going on. So you all take care. Love your feedback on any of the pieces and parts and any of my craziness. In addition to that, I'd love your feedback. And of course, if you've got prayer requests, I would love to pray for you. You're welcome to email me, and my email is in the description of this video. You're welcome to comment too, if that works for you. And so I do hope you all have a blessed Advent season with you and your family, and stay healthy and blessed. So with that, I will talk to you on the next video.